Now, top story at the hour, U.S. President Joe Biden's outgoing administration is still hopeful of reaching a Gaza ceasefire deal, even as key negotiator Qatar said it will suspend its mediation until both Israel and Hamas show their willingness and determination. The U.S. State Department said Washington is continuing to pursue a number of initiatives to secure the release of hostages, and it has not given up hope.
We're continuing to pursue a number of initiatives to secure the release of hostages. That work is ongoing. We have not given up hope, and it's critical to us to get a deal done as soon as possible, especially so that we can bring the remaining hostages home to their families.
In other development, the United States said it has not made an assessment that Israel is in violation of U.S. law after Israel made some changes to address demands laid out in a letter from Washington last month to improve the humanitarian crisis in Gaza. The State Department, however, said that Washington would like to see more changes happen. Meanwhile, a top UN official condemned Israel's daily bombardment in Gaza, describing its acts reminiscent of the gravest international crimes. Speaking to the Security Council, the interim chief of the UN humanitarian agency said civilians are being driven from their homes and forced to witness their family members killed, burned, and buried alive in Gaza.
Essential commercial goods and services, including electricity, have been all but cut off. This has led to increasing hunger, starvation, and now, as we have heard, potentially famine. We are witnessing acts reminiscent of the gravest international crimes.
2 people were killed in northern Israel's Nahariya town after a building was hit during a rocket strike. Ambulances arrived at the scene where a building was set on fire after the rocket attack. Israeli army said that a barrage of 10 rockets fired from Lebanon was partially intercepted and impact was felt at several locations. On the other hand, an Israeli strike targeting a town in south of Beirut's Truce region killed at least 12 people. Lebanon's health ministry said that the raid hit a building that housed people displaced in the Israel-Hezbollah war. As you just heard, a large explosion lit up the sky in the southern suburbs of Beirut, igniting a fire, sending thick plumes of smoke into the air. Over 3,000 people have been killed in Israeli strikes on Lebanon over the last year. Now, furthermore, American forces carried out strikes against targets linked to an Iranian-backed militia in Syria in response to a rocket attack on Washington's troops in the country. According to CENTCOM, the strikes targeted the group's weapons storage and logistics headquarters facility in response to a rocket attack on U.S. personnel. Now, meanwhile, Yemen's Houthi fighter claimed that it targeted the U.S. aircraft carrier Abraham Lincoln and 2 U.S. destroyers in the Arabian Seas. The group's military spokesperson said that the rebels successfully bombarded the aircraft carrier with a number of cruise missiles, while Pentagon confirmed that at least 8 drones, 5 anti-ship ballistic missiles, and 3 anti-ship cruise missiles were aimed at the USS Stockdale and USS Spruance on Monday. It further added that the vessels shot down the projectiles and were not damaged, and no personnel were hurt. However, Pentagon press secretary clarified that he was not aware of any attacks on the Abraham Lincoln vessel.
The Yemeni Armed Forces Missile Force and drone units carried out 2 significant military operations. The first operation targeted the American aircraft carrier Abraham, located in the Arabian Sea, using several cruise missiles and drones. This action took place as the American enemy was preparing to carry out hostile operations against our country.
On November 11th, U.S. Central Command forces successfully repelled multiple Iranian-backed Houthi attacks during a transit of the Bab al-Mandeb Strait. During the transit, the Arleigh Burke-class guided missile destroyer USS Stockdale and USS Spruance were attacked by at least 8 one-way attack uncrewed aerial systems, 5 anti-ship ballistic missiles, and 3 anti-ship cruise missiles, which were successfully engaged and defeated.